fractions, something that you may not actually have to deal with very often in your real life, but totally show up on the GRE. So the main thing here is knowing that when you add or subtract fractions, the guys on the left of my divider down the middle of the room, these guys need a common denominator. It is naughty to just go just adding across. So 3/4 plus 5/6 does not equal 8/10. If you do that, you will get every question wrong, because that's not how it works. You need a common denominator, some multiple of both 4 and 6. When in doubt, you can just multiply 4 times 6 and turn this whole thing into 24ths. But if you can choose a smaller number, that's usually better. In this case, 6 and 4 both have 12 as a multiple. So this is really 9/12, because we multiply the numerator and denominator by 3 to turn it into 12ths. And then this one, we multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number, 2, to get 12ths. So this is 10/12. So that equals 19/12. Sometimes it'll be further reducible at that point, but you know, you can't predict that. 19/12 is very different from 8/10, and that's how wrong you'll be. So, you know, don't do that. Subtraction works the same way. So this would be, using those same numbers, this would be 9/12 minus 10/12, which would equal -1/12. Again, you can't just go across. This is to be contrasted with multiplication and division, which do not require a common denominator. Multiplication, you do multiply across. You can just treat this as 3 times 5 over 4 times 6. So that's 15 over 24. It really is that simple. You just multiply across numerator and denominator. Division, on the other hand, you don't necessarily do that. Well, I mean, you do that. In fact, you do it even more than you would think. If you don't remember how to do division of fractions, you take the second of the two that you're dividing, you invert it, you flip it the other way around, and you multiply the two together. So 3/4 divided by 5/6 is the same thing as 3/4 times 6/5, really. And then you just multiply across. 3 times 6 equals 18, 4 times 5 is 20. That's how you do those.